Well, everybody, we're about to look at the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase trailer for Starfield, and I'm going to be giving you the modder's perspective on it. Now, I'm a modder of Bethesda games. I've made about 32 Quest mods, all of them huge. So this is an experience now being looked at casting over the showcase. So let's get into it, and we'll have a chat during the video and at the end of the video in more detail. Okay, we're going to look at Starfield, the full 15-minute demo now, and just see what it looks like. Turn it down a little bit so I can be heard. I believe this is an all-action one, this was, so probably get less information from this. This one, the video we're looking at, is from IGN, by the way, just so you know. Navigation. Nice and simple, nothing complicated.
It's hard to express how excited all of us at Bethesda are to be here with you today. We're so grateful you're spending the time, and we know you've waited a long time to finally see Starfield. It's easily our most ambitious game ever. Like our previous games, it's an epic role-playing game where you get to be who you want and go where you want. But this time, you'll be exploring space. So let's jump right in. This is early in the game as you arrive on the mysterious moon of Crete.
Yeah, I knew that was early in the game. I knew it. This will be this. I think this will literally be the tutorial level, or the bit immediately after the tutorial level. The first thing you do, probably the first thing we do every time we start a new game. So we're going to be sick of seeing this, I reckon. Might have to dig out some 3D modding tools if we're allowed to make ships. I used to do that, you know. In my old freelancer days, I made loads of ships.
According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
I will say this, sci-fi modders, there's thousands of them. There'll be ships galore. It'll be like the new housing mod. All they have to do is let them add the models to the game, and that's it. You'll have whole little starports being made, selling ships to you with the best mods. If you want to fly an X-wing, go ahead, do it. You know. That's if they let us. I'm assuming it's a one ship deal at the moment, though. In which case it won't be X-Wings, will it? No. It'll be Star Destroyers! Battlestar Galactica. I see this crafting here, right? This is No Man's Sky. And so's the scanning, that's No Man's Sky. They've clearly taken that. The danger is that if they take too much from one game, it's going to start looking like a poor substitute for that game. And whilst I think Bethesda could do a better job in certain areas, I don't think they do a better job on the scale of the universe.
It would appear that pirates of the Crimson Fleet are using the facility.
I wonder if you can just steal a ship. It'd be good if you could go down there, walk into the ship and just fly off of it, wouldn't it? I don't think they'll let us do that though. But if you're stealing from a pirate ship, you'd be recognised as a pirate, wouldn't you? Now ID software brought out by the parent company of Bethesda years ago, and they make some of the best shooters. Since they're all under the same umbrella now, Microsoft, I would expect this section to be really good. That said though, once you start getting to that level, the gameplay just generally becomes another shooter. And then Starfield stops being special, doesn't it? That's the danger here. Interesting. I always a bit like that about the lockpicking side of things. I knew that'd be in the game somewhere.
After some initial encounters, you're invited to join Constellation, who, in the future the game is set in, are the last group of space explorers. To meet them, you'll head to the capital city of New Atlantis.
There you go. Mission primary to get you started, they'll have to Diamond City, New Atlantis, the New Atlantis. Yeah, pretty much a standard Starfleet looking affair with more guards. I'm guessing the robot's kind of like your first companion.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. We're all here because we're committed to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for.
Me?
As to what they are, what they're building. You'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
So, you found something?
The new guy found it.
You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions?
The artifact you found appears to be one of many, scattered across the galaxy. If we can find more, we can unlock their secrets.
That sounds like a very generic Gopher type quest. I was never keen on that.
It spoke to him.
Of course, the settled systems.
I hope it's backed up by proper quests.
Other priorities.
That's the Crimson Fleet! Everybody get ready!
The fleet doesn't follow the rules. Agree to work for UCC, Steph. And together, we take down these cutthroat pirates.
We're not just here to shoot the bad guys. We're peacekeepers. We protect the people of the Free Star Collective. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, no one quits. The only way out is death.
So you can be part of the police force, you can be part of the gang, which is my... Oh, you don't know about that yet, do you? But I made some AI videos before this one.
Most Dusties don't even make it
right.
this far. Because whatever lies at the end of this road will change humanity forever.
But I think Bethesda are just going to let you join them.
That gives you a look at the stories in Starfield. But ultimately,
Very
it's not
true.
our
It means
story.
I've got my
It's the
work
story
to do
you
as a
create
modder, really,
by
doesn't
who
it?
you are and the choices you make. And that starts with character creation. It's our most flexible yet. You can customize all the elements of how you look. You'll pick a background that gives you 3 starting skills.
It says here you spend some time as a diplomat. Having a way with words might prove useful.
There are optional traits, and these come with unique advantages and disadvantages. But it's not just in how you can look, but in how your character plays and develops.
I like this bit. This is
The
looking
skill
good.
system combines the best from our previous games,
Oh,
and you can
perk
unlock
trees.
new skills as you level up
Doesn't
And
look
then
like
you
a very
rank
good
those
one. It
skills
looks a
up
bit.
by using them and completing challenges.
We're having
And
to
there's
move
deep
mouse over
crafting
every single
systems,
icon
from
to
running
find out
research
what it is.
projects
That's
with
not a good
resources you
system.
find, to crafting
That's very
weapon mods
long-winded
needed
and
to
painful.
survive.
Creatures are good though. I like the creatures.
And you can build your own outposts.
See that?
These
No
act
Man's
as a
Sky.
home away from home
No
for
Man's
survival
Sky.
and
Build a
resource
thing.
generation.
Then start building
You can choose
outposts.
where and how to build each one, and you can hire characters you meet to keep it up and running.
No Man's Sky.
But that's not all. You can even build your own spaceships.
Good news. I'm guessing that's
You
from
can choose
parts.
crew members. And yes, you can completely customize the look and layout.
That's like
Loads
that to
of
go.
different
Here we
modules,
come.
Ship manufacturers and more. I have to say, it's so cool. We just absolutely love this.
I have seen this before in other games, but it's good to see it in a Bethesda game.
It's not just how
Because it's all about
looks,
being
it's how it performs.
unique, isn't it?
From
That's
engines to
what
shields
puts
to
our own
weapon
stamp on the
systems.
game.
Because yes, you can fly it.
Thrusters boosted.
What happens if you put the thrusters on backwards? That flying backwards. Oopsies. Okay, we get to fly our ships. It's looking a bit wild though, isn't it? And a bit untenable. Guess this is what the leak said. It's not that brilliant. Definitely looks like it needs a bit of work. Unless that's the early ships, you know, before you can upgrade thrusters and stuff. But that's entirely possible. I mean, the guy who leaked the information about the flying being a bit bad might have been talking about one of the early freighters, and maybe a tugboat with a laser on it, instead of something designed to be more combat heavy. But this is good. This is Freelancer territory now. All this lot. Right, Freelancer was one of the best space games. There's X, the X series. I can see trading mods being a big thing. There's trading in space being that merchant, that's an entire game there. It's not bad.
We
Not
can't
bad.
wait for all of you to experience the game. Thanks again for being with us today, and thanks for all the support you've given us over the decades, especially on this game. It's been an incredible journey for us making it, but we know that's really only the beginning, for it's when all of you play it that the real journey begins. And you may be wondering, just how big is this game? So we thought we'd take one last moment and show you. Let's take a look at one of our planets, Jemison. You
This
can
is the
land into
interesting
Atlantis,
part.
but you can also land and explore anywhere on the planet.
Now that's awesome. I was
And
not
it's
expecting
just
that.
this planet. It's all the planets in the system. From barren
That
but
said
resource-heavy
though,
ice
No Man's
balls
Sky's proven this
to
is
Goldilocks
possible,
planets
so
with life. And not just this system, but over 100 systems. Over 1,000 planets, all open for you to explore.
most of them are going to
can't
be
wait
barren rocks, so let's
to see what you find.
be honest about that. I love the creatures. I'm thinking they're really nailing the barren rock type thing. It does feel quite good, although you can tell, because they use a high-end system, it won't look that good on many of our systems. Very good. Alright, you see the way it changed then? That means there's a standard flight path for taking off and landing. because it was the same flight path on different planets. That's what they were doing. They were flipping between the planets to the takeoff of the same ship. So that means there's different ways of doing all of it. Right then. I did get the feeling that I was looking at No Man's Sky in quite a few areas in that. But why not? Because No Man's Sky did quite a few things well. So I guess, it gave Bethesda some ideas. And No Man's Sky would have been that's been built and upgraded and improved during the lifetime of Starfield. So yeah, it makes sense. There's crafting in it, No Man's Sky style. There's creatures in it, No Man's Sky style. You've got raiders and bandits, so there's a bit of Doom and Quake in there. I don't know if you've noticed, but the landing and taking off, when they were flashing the planets by different types of planets, it was the same trajectory for the ship. So I was right, automated landings and takeoffs. Basically, it's animated. But to be honest, you always look cooler that way, but you do get a bit sick of it after a while. You just want to skip it. I hope there's a skip option there. Being able to build your own bases, No Man's Sky again, right? So I think there's going to be a lot of No Man's Sky comparisons here. It's going to start looking like a really small No Man's Sky by the looks of it. It might even be slated for being a bit too No Man's Sky and not enough Bethesda. So we'll have to see. But being able to craft your own ships, that's going to be an element. In fact, there, I see modders being able to make spaceports where they just fill the spaceport with the ships they've designed in the editor and have some salesmen sell you those ships. I reckon if someone made a mod, right, with a character, who already had the lines for that and the sales pitch and stuff, and just stuck it out there as a resource, say, someone like me, and said, hey, if you're going to make ships, use this salesman, just do this, and then you can have him selling your ships. Stick them all in a crate. That's a modest joke. See, a salesman usually sells anything in the location he's in, or it's in a chest he owns. Typically, you'd make sure he didn't own the surrounding area; he just owned the chest, so he could only sell what was in the chest, right? But if you had him own the entire area, he'd sell his own granny if she was in the area. But anyhow, that's a modest joke. But yeah, so yeah, maybe I'll do a resource, open up a new site, do a resource for people that want to make starports or sell their own ships, so they can all have their own NPC character there, or maybe a tutorial. Tutorial would be straightforward, wouldn't it? How to make a starport and sell all your ships at your starport. Sounds like a good idea to me. Because I think that's the new house mod right there. The ships and the bases, right? Being able to design your own bases. Again, it's straight out about No Man's Sky, but No Man's Sky's a bit finicky and it's a bit long-winded. But yeah, why not? Looks to me like there's quite extensive features there as well, including power and other things. So they've probably got like water condensers and things like that for these planets with no water. And, no water on the land. And solar panels and that kind of thing, wind turbines. So it's looking good in that area. Cities and stuff are about what I expected. Been able to join one of the three factions, showed in the video. They've got the police, explorers and the pirates. Yeah, but they're not going to be doing what I was saying in my videos. So it looks like that's going to be down to me to make the AIs look a bit... yeah. Pretty square right, I'm already thinking about how to implement the ideas in videos you'll be seeing over the next week. So if you actually watch my AI videos, that's probably going to be in my videos, in my mods now, not necessarily in Bethesda's, because I didn't see any sign that they were actually smart AIs. They were just the standard dumb AIs that are always in Bethesda's games by the looks of it. So it's down to me. That's fine though, because I would have done it anyway. I'm always looking for ways of improving AIs, and I'm not happy with just walking up to an AI and taking quests. It has to be something deeper than that. And Bethesda seem to be happy with that. I'm not. Right, I'm not. But that'd be one of the first things I'd delve into, probably. It'd probably be a new faction with new rules and something. But we'll see how it goes when we see the actual game itself. But the danger is it's going to be a bit too much like Quake, a bit too much like No Man's Sky. It isn't going to feel unique. Right now, it's got all the right elements, but if it's too much of a carbon copy of other games, then it's not going to be the big game they think it is. It's going to be, oh dear, we've done the same thing again. But it does also have a lot of freelancer feel about it, and the freelancer feel was one of the better feels from a space game. I mean, flying through nebulas with rocks and things like that, and taking on pirates and whatnot. These were all aspects of their games that, that basically were appealing. I made spaceships and everything for freelance. I made entire ship packs. I made systems. There's no editor for that game either. That was all done with text editors and third-party tools. Like 3D editors like Milkshape and things like that. And I made the Vipers from Battlestar Galactica, various Babylon 5 ships, all kinds of stuff. So I might have to do that again for this. Maybe start making, crack open some 3D editor that'll support it, and then start making 3D models for it. That'd be good. Maybe parts. But it's a long time. To be honest, that wasn't something I really got into and enjoyed. I did a lot of ships, but it's not something I really enjoyed doing. I preferred scripting, to be honest. But anyway, building your own ships. That's going to be the biggie, I think, for most players. From a modding perspective, there's a lot of planets out there. 1,000 planets. Given how many mods can be made, every single one of them's probably covered with something. You're going to get DLCs that add creatures to everything, I reckon. But put trees on every dead plant moon there is. So it's going to be bad in that area. But anyway, that's the initial look. I'm going to go away and have a think about it now and just see what I think we'll come up with. But basically, the AI thing, that's coming. That's probably something I'm going to be looking at in my mods. The base building, that's good. It's good to see. It does mean that I can literally do a Return to Helgen style mod where you literally have to build it yourself. But it's probably all going to be craft stuff. So it's probably going to be like Fallout 4 style city building type thing. So yeah, maybe make a workstation where you get to build the right elements needed for my quest to work. Right, anyhow, we're going to leave it there, and I'll see you in the next one, and hope you enjoyed it, because I did. I thought it was interesting, but I am getting that feeling it's going to be a little bit too familiar. So we'll wait and see. See you in the next one.